Rest in peace to my nigga Sockx.
What's up, it's your girl Sockx. Don't forget the X. We here with InnerVision, and today we got
No breaks, man. Represent and take notes.
Where'd you get the name No Breaks from?
Honestly, we were just young and wild when I started doing music, so that's the first thing that came to my head. That's the best way to describe us.
No breaks.
Because we started off as a big entertainment group, No Breaks ENT, and everybody just called me No Breaks instead of my rap name. So
Which was?
Flame.
Right.
So I just went ahead and kept No Breaks.
How long ago was that?
2012, we started our first label.
Okay.
2012.
When did you start rapping?
I've been rapping since I could talk, honestly. I've been doing music my whole life, but I started taking it serious about 2011 when we went to a Meek Mill concert at Beecham, and all my homeboys know I know how to rap and stuff, and they were just like, man, you need to do it. You need to do it. We're gonna put our money into you. We're gonna put our money into you. So I just did it, you know what I'm saying? And that's when it all started.
Speaking of Beecham, a couple weeks ago you were there, weren't you?
Yes, I was.
You had performed. Richie Rich had handed you the mic.
Yeah.
And everything just went crazy. How was that?
I mean, honestly, it just went all off the first thing that came to my head, you know, because the lady asked me from 104.5. She was like, do you want me to introduce you or do you want to?
Brittany.
And I was just like, nah, give me the mic. So she was like, you sure? I'm like, yeah. So I just took the mic and I just went with what I knew. I knew I had to handle business. That's what I did.
Yeah, because like I said, I was there and I was on stage and I was on the block across and I was just like, all of a sudden Richie was like, oh, and I got my boy No Breaks.
That's my boy.
Boom, handed you the mic, you went in, and I was like, okay, turn up then. And everybody on that side was going crazy. Like,
shout out to Richie Rich.
Yeah.
That's my boy. That's my boy. I mess with Beecham. That's my family.
Yeah. So how long have you known Richie?
I know Richie Rich since I started doing my first shows, because we started in 2012, so I know him since then. But when we first got into actually wanting to do music, I had to ask the owner of Beecham, of course, I had to go through him, and he was like, unfortunately, you have to go through my DJ. He was like, you gotta ask Richie Rich and you gotta ask JR.
Right.
And they gave me the approval, and that's how I started doing my shows. So that one that I just did was the fourth one that I did.
Okay. That's what's up. So we're not in our normal studio. Tell us where we're at right now.
Right now, you guys are in Midway. You know, that's in Sanford, Florida. This is where we basically grew up in our childhood. My best friend, when we met, I just came from Denver, Colorado. I'm not even from Florida. That was probably 20 years ago. So from there, we came to Midway, and this is where we've been since, you know. Okay,
I was about to ask, are you enjoying all the weed out there? But you said 20 years ago, so
well, I just went for the first time in like 16 years. I went back, and I would sleep a whole day. I couldn't handle it.
Yeah, it was crazy out there.
My cousins and them took me out there. It's been like 18 years, so when I went, it was somewhere around, it's been a while. And when I went, I smoked so much. I passed out my whole first day. Didn't even see my family or nothing. I was locked in the hotel room.
Gone.
Passed out.
Crazy. Where do you get your musical influences from?
What I was going through, trials and tribulations, my friends. You know, I get so much motivation from everybody. My son, you know, and it's a spiritual thing. I just do it from the heart.
Right. If you could name maybe like your top 5 artists that you look up to or that you could like relate to, who would they be?
Definitely Kodak, NBA Youngboy, Lil Baby.
Young. All your artists young.
Kevin Gates. What am I, 4?
Yeah, 4.
I don't really listen. I listen to a lot of underground music.
You can name those too.
I mean, I listen to a lot, man. But my top, honestly, I don't listen to too much, but NBA Youngboy and Kodak, those two. I don't really listen to too much. I try to open up, but The industry too fake. I don't really listen to too much. I don't really keep my ear too open. But I listen to a lot of local artists. Loose Cannon, of course. YG Ivy. Listen to a lot of the locals, man. A lot of locals around here. It's a lot of underground music.
Now, have you had any features with the local artists?
I have. My first feature I ever did when we first started No Breaks was with YG Ivy. At the time, he was like popping. This was in like 2011, 2010 maybe.
I remember those times.
And he was like popping in Orlando. He was like the biggest. He was like one of the biggest names in Orlando, and that's what we used to listen to when we was out here young and wild, running around the same streets right here, you know. And all my homeboys was like, call him. We need to. I'm like, I don't know how to get in contact with him. So I did it. I just went, looked it up, found his manager and stuff. We linked up with him. We went to Marlon Pont. Shout out to Marlon. We recorded. We met up with them. Everything was official. You know, they pulled up. They was really on that, really living like that. We linked up. We still cool now, you know. And we did our first song, and I was like going crazy out here, you know. And a lot of underground artists weren't doing music out here in Sanford back then. So, like when we were doing it, you know, had a lot of motivation going on around here.
Right. From 2011 to now, what has changed in the music industry locally and I guess you could say mainstream?
A lot of faking it to make it. A lot of it ain't authentic no more, you know. Money can get you somewhere. Back then it was all talent. You know, back then it was a lot of talent, and I feel like if it was pure like it was back then, I probably would have been blown a long time ago, you know. But these days, you know, you can't really fall. Like back then, you could fall, get up, and still here. If you fall, you out. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, cause it's a lot of money shadowing shit. You feel me? So
politicking.
Somebody can be garbage and can barely spell. You know what I'm saying? But they can have a lot of money, and they can turn them into the next best thing in the industry. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Cause a lot of people don't even care. It's not even about, you know, you got people like me who do it. I don't need a penny, you know. I do it because I know when I go and do a stage, or like I took at Beecham, you know, I took my whole team. They don't even come out, you know. A lot of my homeboys don't go to the club or nothing, but I do it more on, you know, just to make my people feel like they somebody. Every time we go somewhere, that's how it's always been, you know. Every time we go somewhere, I'm representing my team, you know. It's not like that no more. People hang around you for money, don't even know you, can't even tell you your favorite color, you feel me? But they'll have a whole entourage behind them. So it's changed a lot. So
what has changed as you the artist from 2011 to now?
Staying to myself, really, and the people who really for me. Back then, you know, it was more open to meet people. You know, now I'm at the age now where I feel more safe dealing with the people who I mess with, because I done networked so long from 2011 to now. I done networked and met a lot of good people. That's like a
whole 10 years.
Yeah, I done met a lot of good people, you know what I'm saying? So if they don't really fit in the category of what I'm doing now or what I stand for, the people who stand around me, because, you know, I got a foundation going on, then I don't really care too much. If they can't benefit me, then I don't really care too much for it. You know what I'm saying?
I know a lot of artists, they go from like, when they first start rapping, having like 50 people on their team to like going to like 5. Like, has that happened to you?
Nah, we went from like, honestly, when I started, it was a big movement when I first started doing music. A lot of people, like I said, a lot of people weren't really doing it locally.
Right.
So we had a big, like I said, it was a lot of people who know somebody. So we went from like 500 when we used to go to the clubs. Like literally, we used to spend $2,000-$3,000 on bottles. You know what I'm saying? And just bringing a swarm. So now it dropped, but you know the main core is still there. You know what I'm saying? My main core. I just really dropped a lot of dead weight.
Right. You know, so it's pretty much like the same thing. Like, you know, a lot of people hang around, and do a lot of sacrifice. Like, they don't understand, like, I guess being the entourage per se comes with sacrifices too, especially if you're part of the team. So like, if they don't want to sacrifice, then they kind of fall off, or you see people have different agendas than you, just like how you were saying and stuff like that. So it happens. Have you had to check anybody in these streets as an artist?
I ain't gonna fake it to make it,
Yeah.
We gonna have to do it out here, you know, because a lot of people don't, they gonna try you.
You're right.
But I mean, we got a lot of respect out here where I'm from. Where I'm from, we got a lot of respect, but people who don't know me, of course, they gonna try to see if the, you know, like your mom tell you, if the stove look hot, don't touch it. You know what I'm saying? So people gonna try you, but when it got exposed, I never had no problems out here, though.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So on the music and say artists out here locally, who do you want to have a feature with, or like to collab on music with? Like, if you could collab with anybody out here, who would you want to collab with?
Honestly, I know InnerVision mess with Loose Cannon heavy. Me and him real close. That's my dog. But it's just like, I know the whole team, but it's just time, you know.
Right.
We always got a lot going on. He used to run around here, Loose Cannon. So Loose Cannon, definitely, we got a lot of work to put in. You know what I'm saying? But Loose Cannon, Rondo, he locked up. He coming home though. He on his way home. Me and Rondo gonna do some music. It's just been a lot of focusing on my teams, you know, that I haven't really had a chance to really, cause I got a lot of people who wanna do music with me. Like I've been pushing a lot of features and stuff off. You know what I'm saying? Cause I gotta focus on, you know, what we got going on, cause we got a big plan, so.
Right. Now, you already performed at Beecham. I know that, like, some people in Orlando, or just like, you know, their own hometown, it could be Orlando, Miami, Tampa, whatever, you know, the biggest club in their city is like the cap. If you could perform anywhere else, as far as like a bigger venue, where would you want to perform at? It doesn't even have to be in Orlando. It could be in Florida, period.
Well, honestly, I get influenced by big artists who hit stages like arenas. So I won't even put a specific place, you know what I'm saying? But I want to make it to an arena, you know what I'm saying, with a big crowd. Because I think Beecham holds maybe 1,500 to 2,000 people. So like me, I go literally on YouTube and just be looking at, you know, artists going performing on big ass where you can't see nobody. Cause I mean, even at Beecham, you know, cause you're on the stage, you know, a lot of people think that you can't really see, you know, unless they really put the lights on and turn it on, you don't really even see those people. So I can just imagine if I hit a stage with 6 times of that, you know what I'm saying? So, cause performing, that's what I like doing. I get a thrill out of it. I black out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I was just gonna ask, as far as like performing, a lot of people don't think that performing is part of the artistry of like music and everything like that. Like, how did you develop your confidence to perform in general, like in front of people? Because even though you might not see them, it's still nerve-wracking that you have a lot of people in front of you, right? A
lot of people, that's a good point. A lot of people, that's a big point in the industry. A lot of artists in the industry now, they don't even like performing because, you know, words, messing up your words and mumbling. You gotta know what you're doing, and you also gotta perform. You know, you got people watching you. You gotta you got people looking at you. So, what started me with everything, when I was early in my career, a close friend of mine, Mert, we did a song together, and at the time I had a guy in California who was trying to get me pushed. He was an AR trying to get me pushed, and I sent him a track that me and him did. And the AR sent back a reply, and they were like, we like the other guy, you know, No Breaks. We love him. He got good lyrics. He got everything's on point. They was like, but we can tell that he's still at the stage where he's reading his raps. They were like, but the other guy that's on it, you know, we love him. You know, we love. He sold himself. He's not a better rapper, but he sold himself.
Energy, right.
So like honestly, I'd never been in competition with nobody, but it kind of like I was early in my state. That was like 2010 before I even started No Breaks. So like it kind of hit me hard. I'm like, dang, you know, I'm so used to everybody telling me, oh, you the best, you the best, you know. So when they told me that, I'm like, so I asked him, I'm like, yo, what you do? And he was like, you gotta practice in the mirror. And I'm like, what? He was like, yeah, man, you gotta go in the mirror, man. Just feel yourself. You gotta find yourself. And so I'm like, yeah. And he was like, yeah, go in the mirror. You know what you're saying. He was like, just start. And I took that and literally ran with it. You know what I'm saying? And when I started performing, I did it early in the age with my best friend. You know, we lived in Rosecliff. That's when we were young, childhood. We lived in the hood, and we used to have the whole neighborhood, all our friends back then in the backyard at the park. I'm performing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we were little kids, 10 years old. I'm in the back. I got all the little girls. We used to make up raps, and I used to sing, you know, rap in the back. So, you know, I've been doing it for a long time, but honestly, it's just repetition. You know, I've been freestyling, and music been part of my life, you know, since I could remember, so.
Right. That's what's up. So what's next for No Breaks?
No Breaks, honestly, for me, it's going up, you know, because I done learned a lot, and I done been through a lot of trials and tribulations, and honestly, I'm just tired, you know what I'm saying? So I know what's best for me, you know what I'm saying? And that's focusing on the bigger picture, and that's take notes, you know what I'm saying? We just started Take Notes last year in December, and we just leaving a lot in the past, you know what I'm saying? So this is our second time around. We good, you know, I'm back better. I've been through a lot, you know, fell a lot, jail. We lost a lot of friends. You know, we got a lot of people incarcerated, a lot of friends died, a lot of karma, a lot of everything, you know what I'm saying? And it's just a lot of life, right? And it's just, now I know it's time for us to really take it serious. So that just means bettering ourselves. So that's what we did in that big gap. Because I really stopped rapping around 2014, 2015. I did an opening for Lucci at the Barn. And from there, everything went downhill, you know what I'm saying? A lot of my friends, we had a lot of money in it when we were younger, and we was in the streets, you know what I'm saying? So we had a lot of money. It looked easy, you know what I'm saying, when you out there doing that, you know what I'm saying? But it come with jail, it come with, you know, hard times, it come with a lot. So when all our homeboys and people that was putting money into it went to dropping, you know what I'm saying, you really get a harsh reality of it, you know, then you get to seeing people, hey, why you ain't doing music? Why you ain't doing music? Why you ain't doing music?
Music take money.
Yeah, like it ain't cheap, you feel me? So it's just like, now I know we ready, you know what I'm saying? So Take Notes is basically we want to give, you know what I'm saying? It's not even about money to us. We've been touching money since pre-teens. It's not even about money. That's just what comes with it, but it's just more on, we want to give, you know what I'm saying? So Take Notes, we just giving our vision on everything, what we've been through, and that come through the music. We got a lot of stuff coming up, as in shirts. We got a lot of music, a lot of videos. We're gonna have classes, you know what I'm saying? We got clothing lines for days that we've been planning and thinking. So it's just a lot of pushing ourselves, you know what I'm saying? Pushing ourselves to the top. You know, showing our full potential on everything, on what we learned.
Right.
And we got a lot of people to represent. That's in jail, that's dead. It's our time to show everybody, you know. So our main focus is moving bigger than where we've been, you know what I'm saying? We done did a lot, so now it's just expanding. You know, it's time to expand. We know a lot of people, not just here. We know you know, like I said, I'm from the West Coast. We got people everywhere, so it's just expanding bigger than here. We got a lot of support in our city, you know what I'm saying? So it's just a lot of expanding. That's it. Just expanding and showing our growth, what we came through.
Gotcha. Okay, well, let the people know where they can find you on social media, on all your music platforms, anything else that you want to tell the people that they should know about No Breaks.
Okay, well, right now, y'all can check me out on Facebook under Trey Abrams. That's Tray. Last name ABRAMS. Instagram is No Breaks ENT _ CEO. Again, that's No Breaks ENT _ CEO. You can catch me on Snapchat. That's CEO.buckwheat. As far as music, you can go on the YouTube page. We got the Take Notes LLC. I'm pretty sure they'll be able to put the link to everybody to go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube account. We're gonna have a lot of music coming up. Please go and like that new video, leave a comment. We want all feedback when you go on that YouTube page. That's the song I performed at Beecham. That's the new track that we pushing.
Let me know what it's called.
It's 2020. You'll see it on the YouTube account. It's definitely gonna be a lot more music coming on that page. This is gonna be a beginning to a lot coming up. But other than that, just stay tuned to all the other. We're gonna have a lot of music coming on platforms, but it's just we got a lot of patching up to do with a lot of stuff. But definitely coming real soon.
All right, you heard it from InnerVision TV. Sockx, don't forget the X.
No breaks, no breaks, no breaks. Hey, y'all, make sure y'all go ahead and tune in. We got a lot coming up. I appreciate everybody. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for InnerVision. Thank you to Sockx. And take notes. I'm telling y'all, better take notes. Get you a pen and a pad, man.